Let me see if things are proper in terms of audio. Stream hasn't started for me. At least that's what the dashboard is saying. I don't know. Okay, now I can see that. Hope the audio is correct and audible. No, I can't hear. That's weird. What happened? So I can see this coming here. So I have properties. This is correct. Filters and everything is fine. I wonder what happened. Hmm. Pa, pa, pa. What is the problem? My microphone settings are kind of making sense. This is authorized. So I don't know what is happening. I need to really get into OBS. I think I need to follow some tutorials and understand what could be the problem. Hey, hello Yatharth. Thanks for joining. Can you confirm if you are able to hear me? Because I'm trying to check on my laptop and I don't hear anything. Hello. The cable is correct, and I wonder why then it is not coming on. Connection secure, everything is fine. What is the problem? Audible at your end. Oh, that's really weird. Now I can't hear on my laptop. How bizarre is that? Okay. And what I will do is go to my own channel. I think I know the problem. Okay, what I was... Yeah, now I can hear. Audio is crappy is what Ricky is saying. Oh, that's bad. Let me see. Maybe it's the gain which is creating a little bit of a problem. I'll just reduce it a bit. But if that doesn't solve the problem, then unfortunately that's the mic I have. Yeah, this kind of problem doesn't happen when I record my videos. I don't know why it is happening here. Anyways. So what are we planning to do today? A quick recap. Oh, by the way, I have made some small changes, so I'll just pull things. I just updated the readme and nothing else, right? You can see. So we have done a little bit in our previous live session. What I had done was basically created 3 models. I'll show you my code. I have models, and there we have an account category. We created transaction, but we haven't done anything yet with the transactions. And we have the migrations and place and all those things. Okay. For the transactions, we have this thing that we need to handle today, and also I need to write the tests because right now there's nothing. I have just written the code and nothing else. So let's start from that point. Close others, right? And yeah, let's get started with that. So the first thing which I'm planning to do is write tests for my account model. So I will go over here, features. I will have a folder for models, and in here I will have account test, or maybe account test.php. All right. Now I will do test account has fillable attributes. Okay, this is a good way to just confirm that whatever attributes that I have, right, they are in sync with what I want. And no, this is not what I want. I expect that the account get fillable be, let me see what all things it has, and I will do a split in here. Okay, a split where I load the model. So yeah, this is name, I have balance, currency, and is active. Okay, so yes, these are the things which I wanted to be fillable. Now I know this is a one-time thing for per model, but I like to do this because if in some model I have some logic about I don't want specific things to be fillable, it is taken care of, and by mistake it will not do that. Because I see that there are some casts, so I will test them as well. Right, what does it do? Yes, I need a new instance, and then it is saying that it expects account get casts to be is active boolean and type is this. Yeah, that's kind of correct. That's what I wanted, in line with the model. So that's taken care of. Now the only thing that's pending is, yes, you are right, maybe the sentence is not what exactly I want. So does account belongs to user. Okay, account belongs to user, and what I will do over here, oh, you are saying that there is an echo of my own voice. Wow. Hey, Tata, thank you for the feedback. I have reduced my my audio. Let me know if that helps. I think I'll have to get an earphones through which I can hear my own voice. But the only problem is that it has a delay. So yeah, Yatharth, if you can just help me out on that, it will be very helpful. Let me see. Now this, I need to get correct configuration for my OBS. This is becoming a bit difficult. Now I will do expect account user, yes, to be an instance of this, which basically means once I create an instance and I do user this relationship. Yeah. Okay. You just rejoined. I don't think it would be a rejoin problem. I guess it was a problem of my configuration that it was picking this up. Although, I know why. Yeah. Maybe this audio source somehow became my analog stereo microphone, which shouldn't have been the case. That's why it was kind of going in a loop. Should be something like this, but for safety, I am doing a mute on my audio output so that it doesn't interfere. I hope that solves the problem, and I will keep an eye on this. Really, really helpful. Thank you. Let me have a sip of water. All right, let me see. So we have three tests. I am testing the attributes, then I am testing the cast, and I am testing the relation. All right, let me do PHP artisan test, run them parallel, and one is failing. Okay, it has one more thing which is int for ID, is it? Okay, I don't want to add that every time, so maybe match array. Let me see. I understand ID is something which comes automatically, yeah. So that this helps. To B is almost like it will do an exact match, but match array is kind of a bit lenient. So as you see, asserts that the value matches the given array subset. Okay, so that's where we have the slight advantage. Okay, so similarly, I will create one more test for my category. Okay. Category test.php. I should look at using the terminal php make command for this, actually. Yeah. Right. So test. What was the first test? Category has fillable attributes. Yes. This should be pretty straightforward. I just need to import this class. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the alignment. And I'll open up my category model. I just need to confirm. Yeah, these are the three fields, so this is fine. And let me see what it has in store. Category has correct casts. It creates a model, instance, match array, type, yes, and I need to import that enum. Perfect. This is done. So far, so good. And then it doesn't have any relation, so we don't need any more test for this model. And if I now run, I had 44 pass, now we have 46 because we have two more tests added. Okay, great. Now we need to focus on the user test. Let me see if the boilerplate has anything with the user. No, it doesn't. So I'll have to cover the entire thing. User test.php, and I'll just close it out, and let's focus on this test. Again, test. The first thing is the fillable attributes. The fillable attributes over here, let me do user.php. Let me see what it has. User model instance, and then Okay, this time it's not arranging it. I'm just waiting for it to do that. Fine, I'll do that manually. Right, so it is doing name, email, password, which is kind of correct. I'll do a test for the hidden as well because I want to ensure that they remain hidden. So user has correct hidden fields and this time get hidden, and I expect this time it's not a match, it's an exact thing. I don't want to check a subset. I want to be 100% sure that these are the only two things which are hidden. Okay, it's kind of an affirmation that yes, what exactly configuration I need. All right, this is taken care of. Now we can move to the casts. User has correct casts, yes. So create an instance of user. I do get casts to match array. Email verified is date time and password is hashed. Perfect. So this is also taken care. And right now the relationship. Right now we have a relation with accounts. So here I am doing expect user accounts to be an instance of has many. Okay, that's about it. So with this, from 46 it has bumped to 50 and we are generally fine on this. I'll just quickly do a commit. Okay, tests added. Now, what is the next step? We need to look at the transaction thing. We haven't managed the transaction so far, so let me open that up as well. Okay. Definitely first let's write tests for this. Okay. Right, so I have tests for fillable casts, which is fine. And then we have three relations because the transaction belongs to three things. Okay, let me try and now do PHP artisan make test model and then models, right? My folder name is models. Yes, it's a plural. So models and then transaction test. Is that correct? Let me see. Transaction test. TRANSACTIM transaction test. Okay, perfect. Test. What is the first one? I'll just get rid of this. The first test is always our fillable, so we will do transaction has fillable attributes. What are the fillable attributes that it is testing? User ID, correct. Account ID, category, amount, date, and description. So we are good. Let's do that. Okay. I'll just get a little more real estate over here. Then I'll do a cast. I think it has already understood what I need. So yeah, why is it creating this one extra line? I don't understand. Okay, let me try and break the pattern. Okay, Maybe that's how it will try and get that. Okay, new transaction. Uh, Still it is doing that weird thing. And this is a new kind of problem that I am facing with cursor. It was not doing this thing earlier. I don't know why this new update is some problematic thing, or maybe something else. I don't know. But yeah, let's see. So it has correct transaction has correct casts. So I have two casts, and that's correct to match. Okay, and then yeah, belongs to. So I'm creating a new instance. User is an instance of type this. Okay, belongs to is fine. Then this transaction belongs to an account, which is again fine. Yeah, and then it completed it for the category as well. Let me see. Belongs to. Okay, so we are good. I have my tests for the transaction model as well, so that is taken care of, right? And what is the next thing then? Maybe the next thing what we will do is try to get the controller to kind of allow us to create a new transaction. Okay, let me see. It doesn't need to have an API. I'll go into my web.php and let me see. So models, HTTP controllers, I have transaction controller, right? I don't need this test, category, user, everything is fine. Now, let's try and understand. This is what we were trying to do yesterday. This is what we planned. Now, the first thing is obviously the validation, right? So let's start with that. What I'll do is first get the code in here, and then I will kind of move it to its request class and all those things. So what are the tests that I want to do? Obviously I want to do account ID, because let me open up my SQLite thingy. It just helps for the database to be present, right? So, oops, no, recent file, browse data, alright, transactions. By the way, if you guys have any questions, right, feel free to ask in the comments. I keep an eye on that through my laptop, so if there is anything that pops up, I will try to answer them. And yeah, let's see. We have user ID, account ID. User ID I don't need to validate, because at one point everything will be behind login, so I can easily get hold of that. That should not be a concern, a major concern for me. Account ID I will need to validate, and category. So account ID is required. It should exist, yes. Then what else do we have? I had category ID. Yes, again it should exist in the table and it is required. There are some additional things, additional tests which I need to sorry, validations that I need to do. But let's first get the basic validation in place. Amount. Minimum, I'll say let's have at least one rupee transaction is minimum, right? Otherwise, what's the point of adding all those things? You can collate everything into one miscellaneous. Okay. This is fine. Description. Is it nullable? I don't think so. Transaction table. Description is not nullable, so it is required as well, obviously. Otherwise, how do you later on understand what was there? Okay, and max is 255 because if you see, it is a string column. Okay. All right, this is done. I will get the validated data, right? So I'll do $data equals this. Once that is in place, what I will need to do is I'll need to load up the account. Should I load the account? I think from a safety perspective, I should do that. Check the balance, right? Right, account find with account ID. And then what it is doing is if account balance is less than data.amount, return redirect with this. Okay, so need to handle, because I want this to be a validation error. Okay, but this test is here, so I will later on handle that. I mean in this video itself, but yes, so this is something which we need to do. And after that, what I'll have to do is inside a database transaction, I will have to first start the transaction creation. Okay, so illuminate support facade. Let me see. Illuminate support facades DB, yes, and I'll do transaction. Inside that, I'll need the function, and I'll need to use couple of things in here. Okay, and we will act as we go along. We don't need the create like this. Okay, transaction is required, so let me import it. What happened? Import class. Why is it not importing? What happened to the import is a question. So transaction and has it imported it? Yes. So why was the import not working? Anyways, during these streams such weird things happen. I don't know why. So user underscore ID. Okay. The thing is, right now I don't have a authentication in place. So let's hard code it for now, and we will have to get the user ID once we set up the authentication. Okay. Account ID is account.id. So what I will do is we are loading it. So maybe we use that instead of something that is coming from the request. So $account is something which I will need. Wow, my autocomplete is okay. It's still working. I'm so happy. Okay. Account ID is this. What else? Let me split that. It just helps in me opening up this. Okay. So user ID we have hard coded for now. Account ID, category ID, category ID. I will also load the category ID. Okay, because later on I need to make some checks, so that I know that this extra query will happen. Having said that, the category is not dependent on the user, right? We don't have a user ID for the category. There is a relationship with the account. I mean, like user A cannot use an account of user B, but the categories are kind of common as of now, because I'm going to use it within my family, right? So the categories are common. So yeah, I think data dot category does make sense. So I'll add data over here. Okay. Right. Now we have till here. Let me add everything. Yes. Kind of makes sense. Everything is required, so this is valid thing. Yep. Now the thing is, I have this should create the transaction. Okay, I will have an entry. Can I test this? Let's also do that, right? So what I will do is route resource. Okay, and in there I will do transaction controller class. Yes, I made a mistake. I have to first define the route, not the controller. So I'll do that. Transactions. Now it is correct. Yatharth is saying in 27, line 27, is it? So in 27, if the account is not found, then won't it complain? Yes, so you are right. I should do a find or fail. Although, there's a thing that I have an exist check. So it's a repeat query. And what I am planning to do is, once I have this controller in place, right, I will get rid of this additional query. I will I'll remove the exist maybe, and the better approach will be in the hook of after validation, right? I will load the account and I will check both the existence of the account and also whether the account belongs to the user or not. Okay, so that way we will handle it gracefully. I'm just trying to first get the flow in place. But yeah, Yatharth, that's a very good question. Perfect. This is resource. So if I do PHP artisan route list, right, I have transactions create transaction, right. I could have done an only, but that's yeah, let's right now add the only flag, because we will only handle the store. Yeah. So that will mean this list will come down to transactions. Perfect. And I have Postman open. So let me see localhost 8000 / transactions. It's a post call. Body raw JSON, and I'll pass an empty JSON just to get a 429. Should have been a 422, I think. Let's see. Accept content type and accept encoding application JSON. I think that's the one. No. Accept. I think it's accept encoding. Let me check. Postman header to accept JSON. Accept. Okay, it's not accept encoding, it's accept. So let me do that. Yeah. Send. Awesome. When I'm getting this error, it means the Laravel routing or the request understood that it's a JSON request and it accepts a JSON. So I'm requesting a JSON. Otherwise, if you see, what was happening is it's actually a page expired. Okay, because I don't have the CSRF token. Now what I will do over here is obviously without middleware. I think it was verify CSRF token. Yes. So I'm doing this right now because I'm making this call using Postman, but if it was an API, oh, again there is an echo. That's weird. I thought that problem was solved. I really don't understand why this is happening. So, I'll have to get my audio feed in. So, is everyone facing the same problem, or is it just sarcasm? Or sarcasm, is it just a sarcasm? I don't know. You'd let me know. Yeah, otherwise I guess I'll have to stop that stream and check my configurations. If it is too bad, I'll have to maybe re-record it and post it again. Let's see. I really hope that's not the case and I'm able to get the configuration right. You don't have stream running in BG. Stream running in background, what do you mean by that? I mean, I definitely don't have anything else running in the background, if you are asking. I mean, I have my studio admin open, so I know what chats are coming up, but I don't have the video playing. So there's literally no additional sound, and I have this in mute. My audio is off, so I don't know. Okay, let me continue, and if there's a problem, we will see. Where was I? Yeah. So the middleware for CSRF token is removed, and At this point, you will see it is getting redirected to the home page, something like that. And if I do this, it's giving me 422, which is the validation error. Laravel's okay, so Yatharth has again confirmed that no echo at his end. So thank you. And Sarcasm is saying, is this Linux? Well, yeah, yes, Sarcasm, it's Linux. I installed XFCE on top of Ubuntu. I got rid of the Genome UI, and this is what I am running right now. Yeah, so obviously the validations are kicking in. We have, we can see this. Got it. So now, what do we have in here? Controller. This is the validation. So what I will need to do is actually pass a proper thing. Let's go over here in the body, account ID. What account ID am I looking at? I am looking at account ID 1. So this becomes 1. Then I have category ID. Okay. What do we have in here? Category. So let's go with 1, because again, I remember most of them were food related things. So yeah, we can change it later on as well. Just we need to add this. Now amount, we can do amount is 100, and date, I am not sure what was the format. Let's go with today's date. Today is 2000, oh, not 05, 10, and then today is 7th. Right, we will use this description, some transaction. Okay. All right. It didn't return anything. Oh, my bad. What I will do is, now the thing is, if I try to return the, if I need to get the transaction, yeah, this I will be able to return. Okay. For now, I will just return this, because that would mean that it still didn't return the transaction, is it? Why? I have saved this. Oh, yes, my bad. I need to return from inside the closure as well. This time it should work. ID 6, perfect. And if I go into my transactions table, this is working. Great. Now, this is the important piece, which is yes, I want to update, but now I need to load the category, right? Because I will need to know whether this category is an expense or an income. Okay, great. So let us do that. We will have category equals category find or fill. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I have the model. Oh yes, I have that. Fine. So now I have the category. Now because I'm already loading it, maybe just I'll pass that in here, change this to category ID, and now what I will do is if my category, right, it got what I was trying to check. Yes. So I'll still type it out. Category type. If this is equal to an expense, so transaction type, transaction. Come on, transaction type enum expense. If this is the case, what we will have to do is decrement. Okay. Else I'll have to increment. So I think there is a method on the model which can do increment. I'll check that. Increment. It takes the balance and data amount. Okay. And yes, thank you, cursor. So if it is expense, I did it the opposite. Increment. Right. All right. So Zen004 is here and he's asking, what are we building today? Well, this is part 2 of an application that I'm trying to build, which is an expense manager. So just to recap, basically, I had a filament-based application which I was using for quite some time. This overall expense manager I was using for last 5-6 years to track my own expenses. I was running it on my own personal server. Now, because of some stupid thing that I did, I lost my code base, which was on GitLab, and somehow I also forgot about it and I deleted my AWS server. So I lost that code from that server as well. Now I don't have the code, but I do have a backup of my database. So what I'm trying to do is create a new one. I was kind of getting lazy. I wanted to create this, but because of other projects and stuff, I was not doing it. So I thought, why not make it in public? At least there will be some movement, and obviously it will be an open source project as well. So those who want to manage on their own, they can use this. And if things go well, what I'm also planning to do this time is create a small mobile app. So I will be running this application on a Raspberry Pi on my home network, and so obviously it will not be connected to the internet all the time, and my mobile app will keep adding those things in a SQLite database, and when I come home, I switch on the Raspberry Pi, I will just click on sync and it will just add everything into the database. So that's the plan, completely running it local so that the data is not on the cloud. It's my expenses, I don't want it to go anywhere else. Okay. But yes, I'll keep a backup on my drive or maybe on S3 somewhere. Drive is better. Yeah, so that's what we are building. Okay. Where were we? Right, so we have the transaction. This is inside this thing. I'm just trying to recollect what we have done so far, because when I moved from topic to topic, I tend to lose that concentration. So yeah, so we have created this transaction here and we are checking the transaction type. If it is of type expense, then what we are saying is we will be decrementing the balance. And if it is not an expense, I should have done a match Actually, why don't we, yeah, why don't we do a match? That would be better, is what I feel. Match category type. Yes, perfect, perfect. Because what I was thinking is, I know it is an expense and an income, but if tomorrow I, just for the sake of saying, I introduce something, everything will go into the else, right? Apart from expense, everything will go into the else part, and it will create a chaos. This is a better way of handling it, because I am only handling these two cases, because these are the only two things. Okay, and what is it doing? Account data. No, this should be fine. Yeah, I have a feeling this is. I mean, based on what I had read, this is the thing. So let me try and do one thing. What is my current account balance on HDFC? Wow, this is a very weird number. I will put it as 5,000. Okay. There is a save. No, this is not what I was planning to do. Save. Wow, where is the save button? Where for damn. Wow. Is it so difficult? Where is the save button in that thing? Yes, this is the apply. Is this the only way? There's was a save button. Right changes? Is that what we need to do? Let me see if I do 7,000 and then right changes. No. Let me refresh. It's still not doing it. Oh, there's an apply. All right. Yeah. Come on. Okay. Whatever. Fine. Right, changes. Let me add this transaction. Okay. Save. It did this. And if I refresh, 6,900. Right. So the transaction got added. And so if I do 1,000, oops, yeah, I'm not saving that. And if I now run this, I should have a transaction for 1,000, and my account balance has reduced to 5,900. Great. This is exactly what I wanted. And we will also check for a category to ensure that our increment is also working. Category income. Right. So let's do ID 7, because this is an income, some transaction, and I'll do 10,000. Got a lottery. Okay, and let me now look at let's look at the account balance. Yes, so it's 15,900 now, because I had added 10,000, and in the transaction I have this. Perfect. We are getting there, and everything is working fine. Now, what is the overall time? I think it's already an hour. So, maybe what I'll do is call it a day right now, and let's see what we have done so far. So yes, there are quite a few things which we'll need to handle. Maybe that's something for tomorrow to do, and I'll also try to see if I can create a form in the UI so that we have some visual things in place. I don't have a login as well, so yeah, there is a lot of things to do. But yeah, what we have covered today is quite a lot in an hour's time. We have written the tests. We have this working with our increment and decrement. It is inside the transaction, so all good. And yeah, hope this is something which is helping you understand. And I'm quite excited about the project, and slowly I'm building on things. And yeah, this is the project expense manager. You can go to this URL and you can see what the code is. And yeah, if you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. You can add PRs if you want. But yeah, overall, what I said, maybe I'll document the requirements over here as well, so that it allows you to understand what is the overall, I would say, the idea behind building this. And yeah, that's about it, guys. That's what I would like to cover in this video today. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being on the stream. And I'll try to again start on the same time around 7:30ish tomorrow, and try to work for about an hour or so on tomorrow's stream. So yeah, thank you. Bye.